Hello everyone and welcome to a new video, and today we are going to set up another rat just because I don't have any other video ideas, so feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will maybe make that video if it seems interesting. So yeah, this time we're going to set up Revenge Rat, and I'm going to do it a little bit more like in depth with more about the ports, the IP address and stuff like that, because I get a lot of comments on my other video asking about how to port forward and stuff. So I'm actually going to show you how to port forward in this video, but yeah, it's pretty easy for me. So yeah, it's simple. But first of all, you need a rat. So I'll just leave a link in the description, um, and you can just download it, and yeah, that's basically it. So when you have it here, you can, this is the client we need to run, so just open it. I'm just gonna check that, and it should load, and it will ask you for a socket key. It's basically a password, so I'm just gonna use 123 and the port. So before we do anything else, I'm actually going to show you how I port forward on my router. Remember, it's different on all routers, so don't be surprised if you can't find the settings that I found. So first of all, you need to go to CMD, type ipcon, oh, fuck's sake, config. And if you're connected wirelessly or via a Ethernet cable, as you can see, I'm not connected wirelessly, so I'm just gonna look for Ethernet adapter, not VMware. Ethernet adapter, Ethernet, because that's my LAN. Oh, what the fuck? So it should be right here. I found it, yeah. And we want the default gateway. So 192.168.10.1. Remember, if you're connected to one router, like if you got two routers in your home and you're connected to the slave that's connected, like basically if you're connected to the router, if you got two routers in your home and the main router is the one you need to port forward. So if you're connected to the slave, which is basically a second router on your network, if you only port forward that router, it won't work because it's not the main router. So you need to connect to your primary router and port forward that one, and then you don't need to port forward the slave either. So anyways, I do have two routers, but I have a cable going from my kitchen, where the router is, to my room, connected to the main router. So I'm just going to port forward it. So open your web browser and type in the default gateway you got in the CMD. So mine was 192.168.10.1, just like here. So I'm going to connect here. Maybe it's gonna say it's not secure or something like that, and I'm just gonna log in here. Sometimes, usually the password is admin, the same as the username, but I'll leave a link to portforward.com where all the passwords for most routers are. It's maybe admin password or something like that. I've changed mine, so if you're like your parents have changed password, go ask them. You just need to open a port. So I'm just gonna sign in right here. Almost everyone in Sweden has this type of GUI when they port forward. It's really simple. Nothing complicated really. So what I do is I don't go to like firewall like most do. They go to firewall services and add a rule right there. I go to WAN services right here, and I click here, add new port mapping. So let's just click there and let's name it YouTube. YouTube. Oh fuck's sake, tube tutorial. And sometimes you can't choose TCP/UDP or both. If you only can choose between TCP and UDP, you need to open both TCP and UDP on the same port. But if there is like something called like not random, like both, or yeah, I don't know, you need to port for both at least. And type the port. Let's just use the one that's here, so 333. And I'm going to type it in both of these. And in this one, I type my local IP address, which I found in CMD as well. So ipconfig. We go back to Ethernet adapter, and we find the IPv4 address right here. So mine is 192.168.10.154. So I type it in here, and as you can see, my router detects it, and here we have it. So I'm just gonna choose Gecko Computer right there and press the plus button. Remember, that's my router, so if you got a different one, this may not be how you do it, but like the principle is pretty much the same. You put in two ports, put two port number, which will be the same, and a local IP address. So now I port forwarded. So now let's go to canyouseme.org, and if we just type that right now, you will see it's closed because nothing is listening on the port, or binded to the port, which we will do right here now. So as you can see, it does not appear to be open, but if you press here, start listening, and yeah, then we see the client, and click check port again, it's open because something is listening on it. That's very important. Make sure the client is listening, otherwise the port will always be closed. So yeah, now we're in the client or server or whatever you want to call it. So we can skip all of this and just go right to client builder and go to network settings. For this tutorial, I'm going to use localhost or a loopback address. Just because I'm going to try it on myself. I'm not going to infect some other machine. So what you do here is type your DNS if you have one. Do not use no IP if you're going to rat, because like, if I know most of you who are watching this video are using the rat for pretty much like trolling your friends and like malicious stuff. Uh, if you're doing that, don't use no IP, because no IP like works with FBI, but not really with FBI, but like they are so abused by ratters. So yeah, they have like a contract with the police or something. I don't know, but don't use no IP. Use some else DNS provider, like I don't know, Duck DNS, Afraid DNS. I'm not sure. Fag DNS, if that's still available. I never use a DNS because I got a static IP. Same with the VPN I use. So the VPN, I get a static IP address. And if you're using a VPN, you need to make sure the VPN is port forwarded as well. If you going to use a VPN, you don't even need to port forward your router. You only need to port forward the VPN. So if you don't know how to port forward, you have no trouble port forwarding, or you can't go into the router settings or something like that, get a VPN that you can port forward. Um, yeah, and just port forward that. So yeah, I would use enter my VPN IP address there because it's static. If it's dynamic, I do need a DNS. Otherwise, my clients will disappear after my IP address changes because they are trying to connect to an IP address that doesn't exist. So now I think I have everything I need to tell you. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm just gonna use the loopback address or localhost. Uh, yeah, that's basically. I'm not gonna touch anything here. But if you have a different port, you can enter it here and your IP address here, and click right there, and it will pop up right there. If you need to remove one, just right click and press remove. Now we can go to basic settings. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And client identifier, you can do whatever you want. Client, hacked, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna use client because everything I show you here is for educational purposes only. I do not take responsibility for what you do with the information. So yeah, uh, make a mutex sometimes just always click these plus buttons, maybe 5 times, so it gets a completely random mutex. Reconnect delay, leave that as 2500, which is 2.5 seconds. Install settings, this is basically where you choose your settings. You don't need to follow my settings right here. You do what you want to do right here. So drop is basically installed, so it will drop a Trojan horse in, I don't know, system 32. I think you need admin rights for that, but like application data is probably the best bet, and name it whatever you want. I'm not going to do anything here because I don't want to fuck up my real computer. Registry is basically a startup thing, installs it to, where does it, current user. If you choose a local machine, you need admin rights, just so you know. I would recommend the registry instead of scheduled task, because scheduled tasks can disappear sometimes. It's pretty unstable. But if you want to be on the safe side, just check both, no problem. Complex method, I don't know what this is. Wait, client name in app data. Yeah, I'm not fucking sure what this is. What is this? This feature allows you to infect all shortcuts. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to play around too much here because I'm going to try it on myself. But you can do whatever you want. Play around here with all the settings. It's a pretty wide builder. You can do pretty much anything in this builder, which is a good thing. Oh, here we got even more startup settings. Here it will drop itself in the startup directory, which is right here. Right here, it will drop itself. App data roaming Microsoft Windows start menu program startup. Here it will drop it if you choose file. VBS, I don't know, JavaScript, shortcut, URL for some reason, and Codum, I don't know. It's, as I told you, you have pretty much every setting you want in this rat. That's what's so good about it. So choose. You can check everything here if you want to make sure the client stays. PowerShell settings. If you know the PowerShell language, then go ahead. You can script around here, do whatever you want. Multi-binder settings. If you want to bind, like, I don't know, your friend's rats. Bind fake Minecraft account generator. I don't know. You get the point. Host file. Wow, I didn't think it had this much. Yeah, it's basically the host file, so you can block websites here. Notification, it's a startup dialog. I'm not sure if it's like in Dark Comet. In Dark Comet, if you check this and you have the client start with computer, the message box will appear with the computer on startup. So I don't know if it's the same. I think it is. So I never use the installation dialog in rats. I think it's pretty useless. Icon settings, if you want to use an icon, custom icons. You see, you got pretty much every single, no, not really, but I have some icons here that will come along. Yeah, RDP, sure, why not? So let's just make that smaller. Assembly settings, this is where you can make the rat almost scan time FUD. If we choose like a legitimate program, let's just go here, Windows directory. Let's choose Notepad because it's a legit program. So basically copy the assembly from the Notepad file or the file you choose. Inject settings. Oh, it's in beta. I guess if you're using version 2.0, I guess it's .NET Framework 2.0 and .NET Framework 4.0, but yeah, I don't know if you should use this because it says it's in beta. It can be pretty unstable, I think, and probably will crash the server if you're like putting on a heavy load or something. So, but what this will do, it's will inject itself to one of these processes you choose, and if they kill the process, it will still be running because it's injected in one of these. So yeah, it's a very good way to hide the stub in Task Manager. Spread settings, never use these shit, never works, won't earn anything on it. Module protection, here we have pretty interesting things. Run as an administrator, it will basically make you, it will force itself to run as administrator, so it will come up with a user account control and you need to click yes. Then we got hide file. I wouldn't call that protection. It will just set the attribute to hidden. Anti-tampering and ILDASM. Yeah, sure, why not? Obfuscate. Yeah, probably pretty useful if you're trying to hide it from antiviruses. String encryption, obfuscation, process priority. This will basically just eat up the CPU if you put it on high. So yeah, pretty interesting settings. I need to say that. Pretty nice, and you can put it to sleep 1 second before it connects. That can bypass some runtime protections on some antiviruses. Compile. Here we can random namespace class name. I think that's kind of an obfuscation. Will maybe make it pretty hard to detect by some antiviruses. Sure, why not? File pumper and execution spoofer. Extension spoofer, I think he meant by that. It will basically remove the exe extension and make it look like a JPEG, fuck me, RAR, zip, MP4. Yeah, you get it. And the Empress, which will make the file smaller, which I never use. By compiling, I agree to the terms of use. You can read them there if you want to. You can save, check the save profiles here, and restore to defaults. But if you're satisfied with your settings, just click compile. Save it to your desktop. I would probably say you should do that. And yeah, call it client, why not? And it will build. Open the directory, say nothing more, click OK. There you have your Trojan. I'm just gonna scan it to see the detection of it. Right there, scan file, alright. So, options, here we can check some options, notification, like user settings. You can click around here as you want. Here you can choose a theme if you want. Apply. Oh, you need to restart it for these settings to, yeah. Plugins, only connect, blacklist, save log, save data, blah blah blah. So what we can do is just run this, and it should pop up, and it does. Just because I'm using a loopback address, you can see it says unknown for the flag and location. Oh, yeah, the stub is actually pretty good if you ask me. It seems to get past Avast, Windows Defender, Malwarebytes. Yeah, I think if you play around more with those settings, you can get this better if you're lucky. But I'm not gonna bother doing it. So control center, file manager, go through the files. Pretty ugly icons though, gotta say. This isn't even my desktop. Why the fuck are all these things here? Anyways, we can also promote desktop. Seems alright, I guess. I mean, yeah, you can check both screens. No, you can't. What the fuck? For some reason, it won't check my other screen. Maybe it's just a bug. No problem, I guess. 100%. Does it look cleaner? I guess. Yeah, it does a bit. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's see what it does in Task Manager. If it gets the same icon. Client.exe, yeah, it's called the same. Remote webcam, I won't turn that on because my webcam is in front of me. Audio feed, keylogger, and system manager. What's that? Oh, process manager, create task. Let's see, CMD. Yeah, no problem. Refresh. Let's see all my settings. Fuck yeah, this rat does look really good for a free rat. Really wonder why he didn't put this up for sale. In use 3.555 gigabytes, available 28 CPU. Let's see. Why does it say null? That's pretty weird. Is that a bug or is that meant? Oh yeah, it is meant to be called that. No, it's not. I thought so. fuck, yeah, this rat is actually pretty darn good. Makes my rat look like a piece of shit right now when I'm thinking of it. But yeah, sound device, like shit, yeah, you got pretty much everything here. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this rat. It's actually pretty darn good. Past time, what's this? Oh, it crashed. Rest in peace. Alright, whatever you do, don't click on past time because it will crash the server. System information, let's see. Refresh. Please wait a moment. Sure. Client country, blah blah blah. Operating system. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. Right. Keyboard speed. What the fuck? Right. Right. Yeah, everything seems to actually work. Wi-Fi monitor. Ooh, interesting. Is this? Oh wow. Fuck's sake. Yeah, this is actually pretty nice. Shit. Yeah, he really made this rat good, I gotta say. I think it's a like a Arabic dude that made it. Let's see if the password thing works. Oh wait, I don't even have anyone, so any passwords. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Fuck, this video got long, 21 minutes. Rest in peace. I hope you actually watched till the end. Please leave a like, subscribe. Remember, put in the comments if you have any suggestions what I should make a video about. I can make a video about pretty much anything you would like. Um, so yeah, leave a like, subscribe, put a comment, support me. I don't know. You get it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.